official end of summer is approaching, and what a great excuse to get out the grill and have some family and friends over. So here with a knockout steak recipe is Jeff Bush from Morton's Steakhouse. What better advice to get than from Morton's when it comes to grilling steak?
We are the authority on steak.
Yes, you are. All right, so what are you doing? You're wanting us to get a little spicy.
I do. I want to show you that there's some things you can do with just a normal steak that is going to give it, it's very easy to do. You can do this at home. You have plenty of time before Labor Day. And you give the steak just a little extra edge that you might not normally get.
And we'll get to it in a second, but one of the keys is a little bit, you're going to have to do a little preparation, and it's really going to make a difference.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so what do we do?
What we're going to do is we're doing a Cajun ribeye, which is one of the signature steaks at Morton's. And what you're simply going to do is you can use your favorite Cajun seasoning.
Any Cajun seasoning
Any Cajun
you like.
seasoning. I personally think you should use Morton's. And,
well, okay.
You know, but anyhow, you pick out a nice ribeye, and the way you want to do that is just go to your favorite butcher, and you want to find prime if possible. But what you'll find a lot of times in most of the major grocers is top choice or choice steaks, which is still good. You're going to be fine. At Morton's we use prime, so it's the top 2% of all beef that's produced. And what you'll notice about it is all the nice flecks of marbling in the steak.
Yeah, that's one pretty good looking piece of meat
nice?
there. It really is.
And the beauty of that is why we get such great flavor is because all those little bits of fat in there are going to melt, and fat is flavor.
So we want to see all that marbling, all the
veins. We want to see more of it. Yep.
Okay,
not veins so much as the little tiny white flecks that you see through there. Those are little pockets of flavor that are going to melt under intense heat, and they're going to blend with these spices that I'm going to show you in just a moment, and you're going to have like the best steak ever.
All right, so now we've bought our steak. It's a good looking piece of meat. What are we going to do next?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just take a bowl and this Cajun seasoning.
Okay.
And then, I mean, this is just as simple as it gets. Take that raw steak and go ahead and coat it real good with that seasoning.
But I can do this. So far, you're at my skill level.
Anybody can do this.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to coat it. You're coating it like not just on the top and the bottom. You're coating it on
sides,
all the edges.
Everything.
Excellent.
Everything. And
it's really coated.
And here's the key. You can do this with this fancy tool. This is a jacquarding tool. Has all these little sharp needles on here. This is what we use in the restaurant professionally. But if you're doing it at home, you can do it with a fork. Okay?
Okay.
The same thing. And the idea is you want to pierce that meat about...
I'm going to like tilt this so that...
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So you should do that again. You're not even pushing it all the way through.
I'm not. I'm just piercing the outside of the steak.
Do you want to do this with any time with the steak?
Not any time, no. Just steaks that you're going to try and do something with seasoning where you're trying to impart it with an additional flavor.
All right.
As a matter of fact, to answer your question, when we had that ribeye sitting there, if you were just going to cook it as just a plain steak with just maybe some salt, pepper, garlic, or your favorite seasoning, you don't want to pierce it because you want to keep it so that all those juices and flavors stay inside the steak.
Great advice.
Okay.
All right. But meanwhile, with this one, you're puncturing it like crazy.
Exactly. And what we're going to do is, because we're going to marinate this steak, you're going to at home for 60 hours.
Okay, so then this steak becomes
this steak. Exactly.
And you obviously added some moisture to that. What'd you do?
I did. Once we've done this and we've coated the seasoning, you just kind of form it back into the nice ribeye like it is. And they will go right back to where they came from.
Right.
Okay. And then you're going to just put this in just vegetable oil.
For how long? For
60 hours.
And that's the key, folks. 60 hours. Why is that important?
The reason it's important is if you ate this seasoning right now, it would be Cajun. Like
all you would taste is the seasoning.
In the true sense. You'd have all those peppers. It would be very spicy. But once you marinate it for 60 hours, everything settles down. It becomes very robust. It's just a big, big flavorful steak. It
mellows it out a lot?
It really does. You don't get those big pepper flavors that just overpower everything. You just get this beautiful blend of all the seasonings that are in there together.
But here's the added viewer benefit, right? You can get this particular recipe at WCPO.com. You go to the lifestyle section, you click on food. You can be that lazy, you can get the cookbook, or you can go down to Morton's itself. Whatever it is.
Let me do it for you.
That's right. Have a great time and enjoy it. It's going to be delicious. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great tips. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.